So this is a risk management training in binary options. Okay. And it's very important to note that in trading, you do not make money because you clear trades. You make money because you have a strategy that clears trades, plus you have good risk management. In fact, most of the money is inside the risk management. This is something that, especially people that are new to trading, you need to let it sink inside of your head. Don't get carried away because you are clearing trades. Your clearing trades is a means to an end. All right. Because when you clear trades and make money, you need to be able to manage that money for you to actually have the end result of withdrawing money from trading. I hope it's very clear to people, right? And most of risk management, especially when it comes to binary options, is math. It's just mathematics. And to be honest, it's not complex math. It's not the kind maybe in secondary school. It's not for that mathematics. It's very simple math. And it's just being disciplined with the math, right? It's just you following basic knowledge. So the information I'm sharing with you guys now, some people, there are going to be different categories of people. Some would hear what I'm saying right now and make immediate adjustments and then notice that, oh, okay, even though they adjusted from what they were doing before to now, maybe they don't do it 100% how they should, but they notice that they are making progress in how they manage their risk, right? And many times, progress is all that is needed, right? It might not be perfect when you start, but be making progress in that line. Then you have the other category of people that would all just keep letting their emotions get the best of them, right? So they trade emotionally, right? You lose a trade, you want to enter that same trade again, right? Because you feel it has to go your way. Because we're talking binary options here. Many of you are familiar with the platform. Let's say buy Euro USD at 0.22. And once it is 0.22, you click your buy. But you notice it keeps going down. So now it's at 0.11, you click buy again. It has come down to 0.01, you click buy again. It comes down to 9.52, you click buy again, because you are hoping that this thing has gone down so much, there is no way it will keep going down, guys. When you open TradingView, you don't see your name there. You don't see your cousin's name, you don't see your surname, nothing. I'm trying to say you don't own it, right? You don't own what the market is going to. You as a single person. The market movement is as a result of a collective. Okay. So you always have to be prepared. So we're going to take it. I hope everybody here with their writing pad, you take notes. So number one, right? I'm going to put this in different categories. First category is going to be questions you must ask yourself. Then the second one is going to be rules to follow, right? So like I said, first part of it is questions you must ask yourself. Number two is rules you must follow. Number one question you must ask yourself is, what is the payout of that pair? Let me quickly try and get into maybe pocket options or something so I can show you guys what I mean, right? What is the payout of that pair? Any pair that is paying out less than 65 to 70%, do not take that pair. Really, any pair that trades less than 70%, I'd even advise you don't take it. Okay, I would honestly advise you do not take that pair. But I understand for those using IQ Sense and Vite Forex, sometimes the payout isn't so much. You might want to manage that, yes. But anything less than 65%, I would honestly advise that you don't take it. Let me show you guys what I mean right now. Okay, look at this. This is a demo account. Look at this, right? Every pair has a certain percentage. So you're risking a certain amount of money, right, to make a certain amount of money. Now look at this trade now, that is 49%. Even if I'm so sure of the analysis, it would be silly and just unprofitable for me to go ahead and take that trade, because even if I win it, can you imagine I'm risking, let's say I'm risking $10. I'm risking $10 to make only $5. That, in trading wise, that is not a good deal. Okay. When you're risking an amount of money, you want to know that you can risk something close to it. So you're risking $10, you want to make $7, you want to make $8.5. Not you're making 4.9 or 5 or even $6, to be honest. I'm not a fan. I know IQ Sense has a lot of it. I know several platforms have a lot of it, but I'm not a fan of 60% payouts. Just look for another. All right. So number one is, what is the payout? So you only take pairs that you see are paying out 65 to 70% or above. All right, or above. Sometimes you can get an 80 something or above. So that's number one question you must ask yourself. Number two question you must ask yourself is, do your trade confirmations align? Are your trade reasons present? Do your trade confirmations align? Okay, you cannot ever betray the confirmations of your trade, or should I say, ever betray the rules of your trade confirmation. Okay, so for example, if you say you would only take a trade when a candlestick is maybe at the Bollinger Band, right? And then RSI is down, stochastic is down, and when it is the top of the hour, maybe when it's about to hit the hour mark, that's when you're about to take a trade. You cannot take a trade when the trade is in between the Bollinger Bands or the RSI is close to being bottom, even if every other thing aligns. You have to be so disciplined. That is the only way you can truly track your progress. Right? That is the only way you can. You cannot hope. Once you start hoping, right? Just notice it is likely you're out of the game. With trading, at some point, it shouldn't matter to you, especially if you're new. I know it will matter a lot. Oh, you don't want to see a red box, etc., etc., etc. But when you see that in the long run, this thing comes down to logic and math, you won't be so bothered with lost trades, because you know your risk management is tight. Your risk management is on lock. All right. Your risk management is absolutely taken care of. So these are some of the things that you would absolutely consider. Okay. 1 second, guys. So that's number 2 question. Do your trade confirmations align before you take the trade? Make sure you do, right? Then number 3 is something that is commonly overlooked but can be such a big deal. Before taking the trade, right? Make sure, before you take the trade, make sure that you have gone to check your time settings. If you're going to check your time settings and the amount settings that you put in, especially for those that use IQ Send, Ride Forex, and all these brokers that have options, you notice that automatically your trade is set to 1 minute and automatically it is set to $10. Now imagine, let's say you funded with just $50 or just $100, right? And then in a single trade, without even knowing, you've put in $10 for 1 minute. I mean, if it goes south, it could literally be a big point. Who is the person that did a 1 minute trade today accidentally, but it went in our favor? Person here. Indicate if you're here, so I know that you're here. So you always want to check, is your time set? Is the right amount set? Then you always have to look out that the price has to get to your strike price. This is so important. It has to get to your strike price. If we say buy Euro USD at 0.22, when it is at 0, what now? 0.25. not ended it. Wait for it. Okay. Before you ever take a trade, always ask yourself, is there anything about this trade I would regret? Right? Would I regret something that I know I should have done? That's why we say a lot of trading is just psychological. Is there anything that I would regret that I should have done, that I know I should have done more? Maybe I felt it would go my way. I felt I could risk it and I just went ahead. Okay. These things I'm giving you guys, this is the key to actually making money trading. A lot of it is psychological. You have to be comfortable with the strike price you're entering, that you waited for the right one. And once you're in a trade, know that you're in it. No double entries, guys. Don't double entry. I'm going to say it again. Do not enter what do I mean by double entry? Is at one price, and then you notice, oh, there's a better price. You enter again, and then the price gets better and better for you. So you keep doubling up. That is one straight ticket to you blowing your account if that trade goes bad. So once you have to think of trading like a business, right? Who is on this call? This is Yetunde on the call. So anytime Yetunde has an amount of money, you have to transition from that mentality of, oh, okay, you just came to trade. You didn't just come to play with money, you came to make money. So every time you stay in front of your laptop, you're holding your phone, you say you want to trade, it's as if Yetunde Limited Liability Company is about to make her investments for the day. And so she's going to be disciplined with what she does with that business. So once she is in a trade, she's not gambling. She's in that trade, she's in that trade. If she wins, excellent. If she doesn't win, it's accounted for because she's taking proper risk. Don't go and increasing your what's it called, entries. Give yourself multiple entries. Okay, I'm sure that is understood. Now for the rules that you must follow when it comes to first of all, the amount you have to put in per trade. A lot of people recommend using 1 to 3%, but I noticed that especially if you're new, that 1 to 3% can be tricky. All right, it can be tricky in terms of you don't know whether to use a 1%, you don't know whether to use a 3%. So I'll tell you, you can take this from me. Always risk 2% of your trading account. 2%. 2%. Listen to what I'm saying, guys. 2%. Always risk 2% of your trading account only. So these rules basically go through the percentages. I told you it's math, but simple math. The percentages you must have at the back of your mind before you click any call or put. You must have it in mind. Number one, how much are you putting in every trade? Number two, right? What is the maximum amount of money you will make before you stop? Number three, what is the maximum amount of money you will lose before you stop? Because that's another thing that makes people blow their binary account. They don't know when to stop. Right? They don't know when to stop. Okay, so I'll address your question towards the end. Please remind me before we end this call. They just don't know when to stop. So you're clearing trades, I always think it's very interesting when people post stuff and they go like, oh, 10-2. 10-2. 14-5. Right? Are you here to count scores or are you here to make money? Once someone's trades has passed like 5, maximum 6 for a day, that person, it is only a matter of time usually. Unless they really know what they're doing. And to be honest, most of the professional traders I know, they don't take that amount of trades per day when it comes to binary. They don't on the live accounts. Unless they have some money somewhere that just say, this money is for blowing, right? I sentence this money to be blown. If it gets blown, it doesn't matter to me, right? Like in my mind, this money is gone. That's why you see them doing those kind of things. Somebody doesn't know. Someone takes the money that they think, oh, this is their trading money. This is the money they want to invest and grow. You know, you can't. Let me not even start with it, because another thing is that the money you fund your account with, you should be willing to lose it. Or let me put it better this way: you should be able to afford losing it. Then, if you're following some higher risk ways, you must be willing to lose it. Right? You should be able to afford losing that money that you're putting in. Do not trade with your school fees. Do not trade with your house rent. Do not trade with all of your salary for the month, because that you're gambling in that case. Trading is serious. Take it serious. So percentages you must know. Number one, do not risk more than 2% of the trading account. Number two, every single day you should be looking at making 7%. I'm giving you guys precise numbers, not 2. So you have practical stuff to work with, okay? Do not, your target each day should be a max of 7%. 7%, you're done for the day. And we're going to take real life examples to show this. Then maximum you should be willing to lose in a day is 4%. Now, if you're risking 2% on each trade, if you're risking 2% on each trade and you lose 2 trades, how many trades have you lost? Sorry, what percentage of your account have you lost? Can someone drop it in the chat box? If you're risking 2% per trade and you lose 2 trades, what percentage of your accounts have you lost? Very quickly, just drop it in the chat box. Very quickly. I'll just wait for you guys to do the math real quick. Shouldn't take this long. Someone should have replied by now. You're risking 2% in each trade and you lost 2 trades. How many percent is your account in the negative? It's literally that simple. Exactly, it's 4%. So every day, now look at those 3 golden percentages. Each trade, you're risking 2%. Each day, you want to make a maximum of 7%. Then each day, you will stop if you find out you've lost 4% of your trading account. So any day you lose 2 trades, you stop. Period. This is where discipline comes in, guys. Any day you lose 2 trades in a row, you stop. You stop. I'm going to say it again. You stop. Any day you lose 2 trades, stop. You're good for that day. Okay? If you find out that you've lost 2 trades, just stop trading right there. With this, there will be no, and every single trade, remember, you're risking only 2%. That means before you start trading, you already have in your mind, what is the number? Because you might not be doing math in the middle of once you're inside that trading zone. So you look at the account balance, right? Have your account balance. Okay, it's $100. What is the maximum I can lose today? That means what number will I see in my account and I would stop. So I note, okay, if this account becomes $96, I will stop for that day. And if this account becomes $107, I will stop for that day. You guys get what I'm saying? Maximum 7% of gain, maximum 4% loss. Each trade you're risking only 2%. Please drop a 7 if you get what I'm saying. If you guys will get this and actually practicalize this, you will grow your account without even trying, especially with the system we have in place in Nigeria. Drop a 7 if you understand what I'm saying. Because that means for you to have a bad day trading is a day, and it's not even really a bad day, just a day that you learn some stuff. For you to have, in quote, a bad day trading is a day that we go 0-2 on a session with Java. That we took 2 trades and lost 2, 1 none. And to be honest with you, that would be so hard to experience. So hard. You might have a 2-1, maybe even a 1-2, maybe. I haven't even seen that yet, but maybe a 1-2. But for you to go 0-2, Almost impossible. Or let's say it's not very common. And always remember, before you click call or put, like I said, you must be willing to lose that amount of money. That is why once you click it, the money disappears from your account first. And then is waiting for you to prove that you deserve it before it comes back when you trade. Okay? And remember, no matter who it is, the person can lose trades. Don't ever get overconfident in trade ideas that you get. Always follow risk management, because the person calling that trade for you is also following risk management. Don't say, oh, it's Devon. Devon, since I've been taking trades with Devon, I haven't lost one. I haven't lost a single trade. That's just the way it is. I think I've taken close to 10. I haven't lost one. But never will I say, oh, it's Devon. Devon the Great. Devon the Lord of the charts, right? And then you see me put 10% of my trading account in a trade. That's greed. And people that are greedy usually get found out. Okay. So risk percentage. So you guys can, every person on this call, drop those percentages in the chat. How much are you supposed to risk per trade? How much is your maximum profit percentage for the day before you stop trading? How much is your maximum loss percentage for the day before you start trading? Okay, so you can put those there. I just simplified it for you guys. Right? I just simplified it for you guys. What I just told you guys, right? People that actually pay to get this information. This information is something that many people found out the hard way. Found out the hard way, me inclusive. I've shared so much with you guys. And to be honest, like I said, something people would pay for to learn. So 1 second, I'm trying to open up something. So let me see your response. Have you guys typed in what is the percentage per, let me see, 4% for loss, 7% in profit. Good. How much are you supposed to risk per trade maximum? It's 2%. Okay. It's 2%. And by the way, me personally, I don't like rollovers. It's just that the fact that it adds 30% to your risk, personally, it messes with my risk management. I don't like rollovers. I like knowing, and very painfully that many of the things that will roll over, a significant number, not most of them, but a significant number will still end in a loss, right? I always take my risk management super seriously, because from there, it just comes down to math, really. It just comes down to math, right? So I'm going to take you guys to the final thing, and the final part of risk management we talk about for now is having a trading plan. So let me just share my screen real quick. Cool. Compound interest calculator. All right, so we'll have to wrap this up. After this, I'll end this, but then you can click the link again so that we can go through Devon's trades and see why he chose the things or the entries that he did. Okay, I haven't even reviewed them yet, so it ought to be interesting to see. Okay. Cool. This is our compound interest calculator. So let's say we funded with $100, right? Daily interest rate in percentage. Sorry. Yeah, daily interest rates in percentage. Okay. Let's say 4%. This is us being conservative. We're saying we're not even making our, well, let's use our 7%. Okay. 7%. And let's say we do this for just the next 60 days, or let's do it for 90 days. Let's do it for 90 days. Let me see. Let's do this just for 90 trading days, okay? 90 days. Cool. And let's say we're reinvesting everything. We don't withdraw for now. All right. And let's take off the weekends. And the start date is today. Okay. Cool. Let us calculate how much we would have. Look at this, guys. This is really the power in compound. Okay. I'm trying to show you guys that what wins here is consistency if you just do the math. If we grow by 7% every single day, if we go by 7% every single day, just look at this. Can you guys see it? It would have grown in 90 days, we would have $44,000. Obviously, we may not make 7% every day. Some days, maybe we'll make a lot. Like I told you, it will be so hard for us to lose up to 4%. And by the way, every person on this call, until you have cleared 70% of the trades, over 100 trades, please trade with just your demo if you're analyzing yourself. Or until you see you're consistently winning, until you have grown your demo significantly. I even like telling my messages. Until you nearly doubled your demo account using your specific strategy, trade only with the educators. Leave your live account only for the educator now. I'm going to say it again. Leave your live account now only for the educator. That means you're only opening your live account when it's time to trade with Devon for now, while you are still learning, while you're still on the process. For now, you want to compound your money, you cannot be mixing it. That's why we won't say, okay, trade with Devon and this other person. No, for now, it's just Devon. Right? If you want to trade with someone else, open a different account for that person and then trade with only that person. If you want to trade with your own live idea, you feel you're confident enough to take trade ideas yourself, cool. Open a separate account for just your own ideas. You can't be mixing it in, guys. Okay? So here's the power of compounding. $7. Right? You make $7. Remember, every single day you're calculating this percentage. So by the time it's time to trade tomorrow, you're doing, okay, what is 7%? Right? You're doing what is 7% of 107. You're noting the number. What is 4% of 107? Like if you take out 4% from this, what will be left? You will be seeing what is left, right? So when you have these numbers in your mind, so you know that if it gets to XYZ number, you stop trading. If it gets to XYZ number in the profit, you stop trading. And every single day you calculate, okay, what is 2% of this? Well, that's what I'm risking today. What is 2% of this? That's what I'm risking today. What is 2% of this? That's what I'm risking today. Okay. Let's say you don't even make the 7% each day. There are some days it will be fewer. There are some days you make only 2%. There are some days you may make 1 point something percent. There are some days you make 5%. Okay. There's some days you make minus 1%. Let's say this $100 became let's take 10% of this. Let's say the $100 became $4,000 in the space of 90 days. Isn't that something significant? I'm showing this to you guys so that you see what the end game is like, and you don't get greedy while you're trading. Don't get greedy. Stay the course. Be disciplined with your number and follow every person. If you're trading binary, whatever amount, the website is compounddaily.org. I can send it to the group chat later. Follow that plan, right? Every single day, you should know how much you're aiming to get. And by the way, if you're taking 2% of your account, how many trades will it take you to get about 7%? Right? You have to determine that too. That might be around 5 trades. If you're using 2%, that might be around 5 trades. Okay. In a session, let's say you want to trade with Devon, he won't usually call up 5 trades. Some days he does, some days he doesn't. Usually what he calls is about 3 trades. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna calculate with those 3 days. Oh, my line was breaking. Was it really breaking? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, drop a 7 real quick. I'm sure you all can hear me. Cool. Well, everybody here can hear me. So please follow the route. You say, okay, 3 trades. That means what I'm aiming for, 2%, 0.7% of 2% is around 1.4%. If I clear 3 trades, I will be making 3 times 4, that's 12. Okay, that's around 4.2% if I clear 3 trades. That's okay, right? So on a day I go 2-1, I will still make 1 point something percent to 2%. That's okay. But most times we're going to get our 3-0, we're going to get our 2-0. Just understand the numbers, guys. All right, understand the numbers. So I trust you guys have learned a lot from this risk management training. I'm very happy. I can't wait to see you guys absolutely fly. Remember to stay disciplined. Remember to win all the time. Have a fantastic evening, everybody. This is just part 1. We're going to be ending the call here, right? And then please remember, once I end it, tune in again so we can analyze the markets together. Okay. And as we're analyzing, I hope you have a laptop open. So if you see any idea, you can let us know and then we'll review it together. So let me see yesterday's question. Yesterday, what was your question? I'm sorry, very quickly, let me just end the recording.